Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Otis Cougars versus Dragons, late Wilson Lady Dragons basketball game. Your ticket to an athletic event is a privilege. A privilege is to watch students learn on the playing court. Unruly behavior is unacceptable in the classroom, and the sports arena is a classroom. Good sportsmanship is a lesson to be learned by players and spectators. Remember, sportsmanship provides the human touch. The Kansas State High School Activities Association and the Otis-Bison Cougars broadcast encourages you to make sportsmanship a primary concern as you support your chosen team. I am Aiden George, and I will hand it off to Chase here in a bit.
There's about a minute 35 seconds remaining. So, Aiden, how do you think the girls are going to do tonight with such short numbers on both teams?
Well, I really don't know. I haven't seen how Wilson has played, but I think we will be able to do okay. But it's definitely a situation where one team could win and, we would not be able to go on.
I believe both teams are going to be doing good today, but I believe the Dragons have a little bit of an advantage with two additional players on their own team.
Yeah.
About 45 seconds remaining until the game starts. So here shortly we will get to know our starting lineup and the national anthem will be played. First up, we will be doing the national anthem.
For starters for the Cougars, we'll have number 2, Zoe Schwint.
First up for the Dragons, you have number 1, Anna Thyland.
Next for the Cougars, we have number 3, Destiny Mitchell.
Next up for the Dragons, you have number 13, Serenity Steineck.
Next, we have number 14, Macy Wilsey.
Next up for the Dragons, you have number 21, Skylar Collins.
Next for the Cougars, we have number 15, Haley Morrison.
Next up for the Dragons, you have number 22, Tyra Meyer.
Next for the Cougars, we have number 24, Abigail Rodriguez.
Last up for the Dragons, you have number 23, Hallie Thieland. Dragons are coached by Ted Long and assisted by Cheyenne Meyer. Their superintendent is Greg Clark, and their principal is Daniel Dawson.
Okay, for the jump, we'll have Macy, number 13, number 14, I mean. And Macy Wilsey will get the ball. She will pass it to Abby. Abby will pass it over to Haley at the close wing. Pass it over to Destiny Mitchell at the top of the key. Destiny dribbles over, down to Haley at the close corner. Over to Abby at the far wing, going in for a 3, no good. Haley with a rebound, pass it over to Abby at the top of the key. Back to Haley, over to Destiny at the top of the key. Over to Haley, then down to Abby at the close corner. Up to Destiny at the top of the key. Passes it in, tries to pass it in to Macy Wilsey, but it gets deflected. Passes over to Haley, and then over to Abby. Back to Haley at the top of the key, going in for 3, and no good. Macy Wilsey will throw the ball in. Throw it into Destiny Mitchell. Destiny goes in for 3, and it is no good.
Number 13, Serenity with the ball now. Bring it back down the court. Going to the top of the key, now to the high post, but she's going to throw over to number 22, Tyra, going in for 3, and it's good for 2, actually.
Abby will get the ball. Brings it down the court. Throws it over to Haley at the close corner. Over to Abby, back to Haley. Going in for 3. No good.
Number 21, Skylar with the rebound. Going to hand it over to Serenity. Serenity bringing it over back to Tyra, going in for 2, and it's good.
Abby will bring the ball down the court. Dribbles over to the close wing. Throws it over to Haley at the close corner. Up to Destiny, down back to Haley. Over to Destiny. Into Macy, going in for 2, and it is good.
Number 23, Hallie, going to throw the ball over to number 1, Anna, bringing it back down the court. She's going to go into the high post. Throw it back out to Tyra, going in for 2, and it's good for 2.
Destiny able to get the ball, thrown into her, passes it back to Abby. Abby dribbles down the court, throws it over to Haley. Back up to Destiny at the top of the key, goes in for 3, and it's no good.
Number 13, Serenity with the rebound, bringing it back down the court with some speed, going at the low post, put it up for 2, but it's no good.
Abby gets that rebound, messes up, picks up her dribble, throws it over to Zoe, then back to Abby. Abby dribbles down, passes it over to Destiny, down to Haley at the close corner. Back up to Destiny. Over to Zoe at the top of the key. Zoe will dribble in, try to go for two. Throws back out to Abby. Abby throws over to Destiny, then to Haley at the close corner. Back up to Destiny. Over to Abby. Back to Zoe at the far wing. Into Macy. Back to Zoe. Zoe dribbles in, goes in for two, and it's no good.
Number 1, Anna Thielen steals the ball, bringing it back down the court, going to the low post. But it looks like there's a call on the court against the Cougars. Number 24, Abigail Rodriguez was caught blocking. Number 13, Serenity Steineck will be throwing the ball back in. Ball is thrown over to Anna. Back over to Serenity, now back over to number 22, Tyra going to bring the ball over to Anna, going into the low post. Anna going to try to find her options. She's going to bring it down near the boundaries, but she's going to throw over to number 21, Skylar. Puts it up for two, but it's no good.
Abby gets that rebound, brings it down the court. Goes over to Haley at the close wing. Goes back to Destiny at the top of the key. Back to Haley. Haley's figuring out her options. Throws it over to Destiny at the far corner. Goes in for two, and it's no good.
Number 21, Skylar with the ball now. She's going to hand it over to number 13, Serenity. Serenity bringing it back down the court. She's going to throw over to Anna now at the far corner is where she's located. She's going to throw over to Skylar. Back to Anna. Anna's going in, putting it up for two, and it is no good. But number 13, Serenity with the rebound, trying to put it up for two as well, but it's also no good. Number 23, Tyra with the ball. She puts it up for two as well, but it's also no good. Number 1, Anna with the rebound, going to throw it in over to number 21, Skylar. Back to Anna, going in for two, but it looks like there's a call on the court. Number 14, Macy Wilsey was caught pushing. Number 1, Anna Thielen will have the opportunity for a point or two for the Dragons. The ball is up, and the first shot is good for a Dragons point. The second shot is up, and it is also good for a Dragons point.
Abby gets the ball, dribbles it over, throws it over to Macy. Macy will pass it back to Abby. Throws it over to Destiny at the far wing. Into Macy. Macy passes it back out to Destiny. Over to Haley at the close wing. Goes in for three, it's no good. Macy gets that rebound, no good. Puts it up for two, no good. That's what I meant to say. There is a call on the court. White, number 21, holding. Macy will be passing the ball in. She will pass it over to Abby at the top of the key. Abby dribbles down, back up, over to Haley at the far wing, over to Destiny, over to Abby at the close wing, over to Destiny at the top of the key, down over to Haley at the far wing, into Destiny, tries to go in for two, no good. Back out to Haley, over to Abby, back to Haley at the far wing, close wing, over to Macy. Macy tries to pass it in to Zoe, but it's no good.
The ball is stolen by number 13, Serenity, bringing it over to number 21, Skylar. Skylar's going to bring it around the edge of the area, and she's going to hand it off to number 1, Anna, putting it up for two, but it's no good.
Haley gets that rebound, dribbles down the court, and she will be passing it to Destiny at the close wing, over to Abby. Abby will throw it over to Haley at the close wing, goes in for three, no good.
Number 23, Hallie with the rebound, but it looks like the Cougars steal it back.
Yeah, Zoe stole that ball and went in for two, and it's good.
Number 13, Serenity, bringing the ball back down the court. She's going to throw over to number 1, Anna, at the close wing, put it up for three, and it is no good. Looks like there's a call on the court against the Dragons. Turned over to the Cougars.
White 21 was caught hit. Abby will be bringing the ball down the court. She will pass it over to Haley at the close wing. Haley dribbles down, out to Macy. Macy gets trapped, goes out to Destiny, over to Abby. Abby tries to go in for three, and it's no good.
Number 23, Hallie Thielen will be throwing the ball in to number 13, Serenity Steinek. Serenity bring the ball back down the court with a nice slow jog. She's going to find herself near the top of the key, but also now going to throw it over to Hallie. Back to Serenity, putting it up for two, and it's good for two.
Macy will throw the ball into Abby, as Abby will jog down the court. He will pass it over to Destiny at the close wing. Macy. Back out to Destiny. Destiny goes in for three, and it is no good. Passes on that rim twice. Still, the whistle is blown. It is a jump ball.
Number 23, Hallie Thielen will be throwing the ball into Serenity Steinek. Yep, that's correct. Bringing it back down the court. She's going to throw over to number 1, Anna. Back over to number 4, Abby. She's going to put it up for three, but it's no good. But there's a call on the court against the Cougars. Number 3, Destiny Mitchell was caught blocking. Number 1, Anna Thielen will be throwing the ball back in, but looks like the Cougars call for a timeout. It is a 30-second timeout. Back in about 30 seconds. Both teams return to the court and get ready to play for the rest of the fourth quarter. The ball is thrown into Hallie. Over to Abby now. Over now to number 23, Tyra. Over to Serenity. Handed over to Anna. Back over to Abby at the far wing, but she's going to hand it off to Anna one more time. Going to throw over to Serenity at the low post. Put it up for 2 points, and it's no good, but it looks like there's a call on the court. Number 14, Macy got a intentional interference. Serenity's first shot is up, and it's good for a Dragons point. She will have one more opportunity for another point for the Dragons. About a minute and 6 seconds remaining in the first quarter. The ball is up, and it's good for the second shot.
Abby will get the ball in, throw it over to Macy. Macy will dribble down, throw it over to Destiny, almost gets stolen. Tries going to Zoe. Haley gets the ball, goes in for two, and it's no good. There was a whistle blown. Number 1 was caught hitting, so Haley will have a chance to get 2 points for her team. First shot is up, and it is good. There's about 50 seconds left in this quarter. Haley goes up for her second shot, and it bounces around the rim, and it's no good.
Tyra with the rebound. She's going to hand it off to Serenity, bringing it back down the court, but she's going to throw over to Abby, back over to Tyra near the far wing. Going to throw it back to Abby, going in for 3 points, but it's no good.
Destiny steals that rebound, passes it over to Macy. Macy will dribble down, throw it over to Abby. Abby will pass it up to Destiny, down to Haley at the close wing. Up to Zoe at the top of the key. Over to Abby. Down to Haley. Haley passes it up to Destiny. Over to Abby at the far wing. Abby will pass it out to Destiny, into Macy. Abby will find herself at the far wing, passes it over to Haley. Haley will pass it in to Destiny, and it is no good for 2 points.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the heck just happened.
Well, that is the end of the first quarter. Your score is Cougars 5, Dragons 12.
Yeah, that last bit there just happened so dang fast. I didn't even I couldn't find the words to say anything.
Also, Aiden, I think we should verify because I'm now noticing that there are 2 Abbies on both teams.
Really?
Yeah. You got number 4, Abby DeBlois. Sorry if I said that wrong, but
Yeah.
for the Dragons, and you got number 24, Abigail Rodriguez.
Destiny will pass the ball into Abigail. Abigail will bring the ball down, pass it over to Haley, over to Macy. Macy passes it back up to Abigail, down to Haley. Haley goes in for 3 and it's no good. Overshot.
Number 23, Hallie gets the ball, handed over to number 1, Anna. Now handing it back over to Tyra. Back over to Serenity at the close wing. Over to Anna at the close corner, going in for 2, and it's good for 3. Is it 3? No, it's good for 2.
Abigail will bring the ball down the court. Passes over to Haley. Haley passes in to Macy.
The ball is stolen by number 1, Anna. She hands it off to number 13, Serenity, but she is caught traveling.
Yeah, big time. Destiny Mitchell will throw the ball in, and she will throw it into Haley. Haley will throw it over to Zoe. Zoe dribbles in. Passes it out to Abigail. Abigail dribbles in. Throws it into Macy. Macy goes in for 2, and it's good.
Number 23, Hallie throwing the ball into number 1, Anna, bringing the ball back down the court. She's going to throw over to number 22, Tyra, back over to Serenity at the top of the key, but she's going to throw over to Abby. Back over to Anna at the top of the key now. She's going to throw over to Tyra, going in for 3. It is no good. Ball falls out of bounds against the Dragons. Turnover to the Cougars.
Abigail will throw the ball into Destiny Mitchell. Back to Abigail. Abigail tries to throw it over to Haley, but it is no good. Ball falls out of bounds on the Cougars.
Number 14, that is Olivia. I don't know how to say it. Number 14 will be throwing the ball in over to Anna. Back over to Serenity now. She's going to bring it into the low post, but she's going to throw it back out to Anna at the far wing, going into the high post, but she's going to throw it back over to number 22, Tyra, put it up for 2, but it's no good. But she rebounds it, tries to put it up for another 2 shots, and for another point, but is also no good. Call on the court. Number 2, Zoe Schwint was caught holding, I believe.
Hitting.
Number 22, Tyra Meyer, will have the opportunity for a point or 2 for the Dragons. Her first shot is up, and it is no good. Her second shot is up, and it is also no good. Looks like there's another call. Looks like the Cougars stepped across the bounds before the ball hit the rim. She shoots her second shot, and it is also no good.
Abigail Rodriguez will rebound the ball. She dribbles it down the court, passes it over to Destiny, into Macy, out to Haley. Haley goes in for 2, and it is no good.
Number 22, Tyra Meyer with the rebound, but she's going to throw it over to Anna, bringing it back down the court. She's going to throw now over to Abby, going in for 2, and it's good for 2.
Abigail will throw the ball in, throws it over to Destiny. Destiny throws it to Macy. Macy will throw it over to Abigail. Back to... Tries to throw it to Macy, but the Cougars call for a 60-second timeout.
Both teams return to the court and get ready to play. 5 minutes and 57 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Destiny Mitchell will throw the ball into Abigail. Abigail will bring the ball down the court. Over to Destiny, back to Abigail. Over to Haley at the close wing. Back to Destiny at the top of the key. Over to Abigail at really top of the key. Back to Destiny. Destiny dribbles down to the far corner. Back to Abigail at the far wing. Abigail throws it over to Haley. Haley tries going for two and it's no good.
Cougars accidentally knocked the ball out of bounds, but now Dragons have it. Number 23, Hallie throws it into number 13, Serenity, bringing it back down the court. Serenity is going to throw it over to Tyra at the far wing. Almost loses the ball, but it looks like there's a call on the court against the Cougars.
That was a jump ball.
Number 23, Hallie Thielen will be throwing the ball back in. Over to number 1, Anna. She's going to go in for 3 points, or for 2, but it's no good.
Haley will get that rebound, and she dribbles down the court with a jog. Over to Destiny. Back down to Haley at the close corner. Up to Destiny. Back to Haley. Over to Abigail at top of the key. Abigail will throw the ball over to Haley. Into Zoe. Zoe almost loses the ball. And she is caught with a rollover, I believe.
Number 23, Hallie throwing the ball back in over to Serenity, bringing it back down to the Dragon side of the court. Serenity is going to find herself going to throw the ball over to Tyra. The ball is stolen, but it rolls out of bounds against the Cougars, and it will remain with Dragons. Hallie's going to throw the ball over to Anna, throwing it into Serenity at the low post, going in for 2, and it's good.
Destiny Mitchell will get the ball. She passes it over to Abigail. Abigail will bring the ball down. Throws it over to Haley. Back up to Destiny. Over to Abigail at the far wing. Passes it over to Destiny at the top of the key. Destiny dribbles down. Over to Haley at the close wing. Over to Macy. Back to Haley. Over to Abigail at the top of the key. Over to Haley. Into Zoe. Zoe passes it out to Destiny. Over to Haley. Up to Abigail. Abigail will pass the ball to Haley, then up to Macy, then over to Destiny, then back to Abigail. Abigail will bring the ball in, tries going for 2, and gets fouled. Number 22 was caught hitting. Haley will have a chance to get 2 points for her team, and her first shot is up, and it's good. About 3 minutes and 45 seconds to go in the quarter. Her second shot is up, and it is no good.
Number 1, Anna with the ball now. She's going to throw over to number 4, Abby, bringing it back over to number 13, Serenity, going to the far wing. She's going to throw it back over to Anna at the far corner. Ball is thrown over to Tyra at the low post, putting it up for 2, but it's no good. Looks like there's a struggle for the ball, and it will go to the Cougars.
Destiny will throw the ball into Abigail. Abigail will walk down the court, picking up to a jog. Throw it over to Haley at the close wing. Over to Macy, back to Abigail. Abigail will find her options, throws it over to Haley at the close wing corner, into Macy, back out to Abigail. Over to Haley. Haley tries to go in for 3, and it's no good. Ball almost goes out of bounds, but I believe it's Abigail that saved it, and then one of the Dragons slapped it out of bounds. So Haley Morrison will be throwing the ball in, throws it over to Abigail. Abigail throws it over to Destiny, over to Haley at the far corner, far wing, into Zoe. Over to Destiny, goes in for two, and it is good.
Number 23, Hallie throwing the ball over to Anna, bringing it back down the court with some speed, going to hand the ball back over to Tyra, going in for 2 points, just barely missing. Number 13, Serenity with the rebound, going to throw over to number 22, Tyra at the top of the key. She's going to throw over to number 4, Abby, back to Anna, going to go in for 2, but it looks like there's a call on the court against the Cougars. Number 2, Zoe Schwint got an intentional interference. Number 1, looks like Anna Thielen will have the opportunity for a point or 2 for the Dragons. Her first shot is up, and it is good for a Dragons point. Her second shot is up, and it is also good for another Dragons point.
Abigail Rodriguez will get the ball as she dribbles it down the court. Throws it over to Destiny, up to Haley, into Macy, over to Abigail. Abigail dribbles down. Throws it out to Macy, over to Destiny, over to Haley. Haley almost loses the ball, throws it over to Abigail at the far wing. Up to Haley. Haley dribbles down, throws it over to Destiny at the close corner. Destiny dribbles up, throws it over to Abigail at top key. Over to Haley. Haley will dribble in, throw it into Macy. Macy will go a sneaky way, throws it over to Zoe, goes up for 2, and it's good.
Hallie throws the ball over to number 13, Serenity, bringing it back down the court, going to about the top of the key. Going to throw it over to Abby. The ball rolls out of bounds against the Cougars. It will remain with the Lady Dragons. About a minute 50 remaining in the second quarter. Number 1, Anna throwing the ball over to Hallie, back over to Abby, no, over to Anna now. Gonna go in for 2. No good, but Serenity is there with the rebound. She's gonna try to put up for 2 points as well.
Haley will steal that ball as she dribbles down the court. She will throw it over to Destiny. Destiny will throw it over to Abigail. Abigail will throw the ball over to Haley at the close wing. Up to Destiny at the top of the key. Destiny will throw it over to Haley. Haley goes in for 2, and it's no good. For 3, I mean.
Dragons get the ball. Hallie with it, going to bring it over to number 13, Serenity, bringing it back down the court. Serenity finds herself near the top of the key. She's going to throw over to Abby, back to Serenity, over to Tyra, over to Abby once more, going in for 3. No good, just barely misses and flies out of bounds. Turnover to the Cougars.
Abigail will throw the ball into Destiny. Destiny passes it back to Abigail. Abigail will light jog down the court. Throws it over to Haley. Haley will throw it over to Destiny, up into Zoe, over to Abigail. Abigail passes it to Haley. And she's caught traveling.
Hallie throwing the ball in over to Serenity, bringing it back down the court. Serenity is going to bring it over to the far wing. She's going to throw over to Tyra at the far corner. Back over to Serenity. Serenity is going to throw over to Anna. Back over to the low post, but it's stolen by the Cougars.
Macy stole that ball. She will throw it over to Abigail. Abigail will dribble down the court and pass to Haley. Haley will pass it over to Destiny. Destiny will pass it back to Haley. Over to Abigail. Abigail will pass it back to Haley. Over to Macy. Back to Abigail. Goes in for 2. No good. Struggle for the ball, and that is the end of the second quarter. Your score is Cougars 12, Dragons 20.
Ethics, integrity, and respect are values important to our daily lives. All these important values are learned by participation in interscholastic activity programs. During competition, they are translated into one word: sportsmanship. Sportsmanship is one of the strongest educational lessons and lifetime values taught by interscholastic activities. A public message from your Kansas State High School Activities Association and the Otis-Bison Cougar broadcast. Be back in about 9 minutes for the second half of the game.
Okay. To the second half of the game. This was a little high. Mute me on the computer so I can get this set. All right, everybody. Otis-Bison will start out with the ball. All right, I'll announce it. Number 15 has it. Haley Morrison at the top of the key. She passes it over to number 24 at the far corner. She puts it up for 3, and it's good. Wilson Dragons now with the ball.
Number 1, Anna Thielen, bringing the ball back up the court with a nice slow jog. She's going to throw over to Serenity, going to the high post. She's going to pass it over to Anna, going to the low post, going in for 2, and it's good.
Destiny Mitchell passing in the ball to number 24, where she travels.
Number 23, Hallie Thielen, will be throwing the ball in for the Dragons. She throws it over to Anna, back over to Serenity. Serenity is going to pass it back out to Hallie, but she's going to get called. But there's a call called on her. Jump ball, I believe. Number 23, Hallie, will be throwing the ball back in. She's going to throw over to Anna. Anna's going to go into the low post, but she's going to throw it over to Tyra, going in for 2. No good. Cougars get the ball.
Cougars now with the ball. Number 24 has it once again. Abigail Rodriguez. She dribbles the ball down the center of the court. Now over to number 3, Destiny Mitchell at the far wing. And Dragons steal the ball. Whistle blown on the court. Believe on the Cougars. Number 15 for the Cougars, Haley Morrison, gets a foul. Push.
Hallie throws the ball over to number 21. Ball is thrown back over to number 1, Anna. Anna's at the top of the key. She's going to bring it over to number 22, Tyra. Tyra's going to go in to the high post, throw it back over to Skylar, number 21, going in for 3 points. No good. Cougars get the ball.
Number 24, Abigail Rodriguez has the ball once again. Dribbling down the side of the court. Now over to Destiny. She dribbles it and passes it over to, passes it back to her. Oh, back over to number 2 at the close wing. Over to Haley at the low post. She runs in, puts it up for 2, no good. A little struggle with the ball, and it's out of the court. Ball will remain with the Cougars. The Cougars toss in the ball, and they miss it, and Dragons take over.
Number 1, Anna Thielen, putting the ball up for 2 points, but is no good. But number 13, Serenity, rebounds and throwing it over to number 22. Tyra putting it up for 2 is also no good. Number 1, Anna Thielen, rebounds and throwing it back over to Tyra. Back over to number 13, Serenity. Back over to Anna. Over to, I can't say it. Hallie putting the ball up for 2, but is no good.
Abigail now dribbling the ball down the center of the court. Passing it over to Destiny Mitchell. Over to Zoe Schwent at the far corner. Dribbling around a little bit. Over to Macy Wiltsey at the top of the key. She passes over to Destiny at the high post. Now over at Abigail once again at the close wing. Now over to Destiny Mitchell at the top of the key. She puts it up for 3, no good. Wilson gets the rebound.
Number 1, Anna bringing the ball back down up the court. She's going to throw over to number 22, Tyra. Back over to Serenity. Now over to Skylar. Over to Anna at the top of the key. She's going to throw over to the far wing to number 22, Tyra, going in for 3 points, but it's no good. But Tyra rebounds and throwing it back over to Anna. Anna's going in for 2. Looks like Destiny Mitchell gets a foul called on her. Number 1, Anna Thielen will have the opportunity for a point or 2 for the Dragons. Her first shot is up, and it is good for a Dragons point. Her second shot is up, and it is good for another Dragons point.
Cougars now with the ball once again. Zoe Schwent has it. Now passing it over to Abigail. Now up to Macy Wiltsey. But the ball flies over her head and out of the court. Wilson gets the ball.
Number 31, Hallie Thielen will be throwing the ball over to Serenity. Back over to Anna, bringing the ball back up the court with a walk. Ball is thrown over to Skylar at the close wing. Going to throw over to Serenity. Now back over to Anna. Going to throw the ball over to number 22, Tyra. Going at the low post. Went in for two, but it's no good.
Abigail Rodriguez now with the ball once again. Dribbling it down the center of the court. She tosses it over to Macy Wiltsey at the top, at the close corner, my bad. Now over to Destiny Mitchell at the top of the key. Now over to Haley at the low post. She dribbles it in. Puts it out for two, and it's good. Wilson now with the ball.
Anna Thielen bring the ball back up the court with some speed. This time, she's going to hand it off to Tyra at the far wing. Hand it over to Serenity at the top of the key. Back over to Anna at the far wing, going in for three. And it's good for three.
Macy Wiltsey now has the ball at the baseline. Over to Destiny Mitchell. Back over to Macy Wiltsey. Back over to Destiny Mitchell. Dribbling it down the close side of the far side of the court, my bad. And a block, I believe, will be called. White 27. And 21, my bad. Cougars will have the ball at the sideline. Macy Wiltsey has it. She gives the ball back out to number 24, Abigail Rodriguez. Now over to Destiny Mitchell at the close wing. Over to Haley at the low post. She chucks it clear over to Zoe at the far wing. She puts it up for two, no good. Little fight for the ball. Rolls out of the court. And the Wilson Dragons will get the ball.
Number 23, Hallie Thielen will throw the ball over to Serenity, bringing it back up the court. She's going to find herself near the top of the key. Going to bring it over to she's going to put it up for three, and it's good for three for the Dragons.
Number 24, Abigail now has the ball. Now over to Zoe Schwent, number 2. Back over to Abigail at the far wing. But the ball flies over her head once again and bounces out of the court. Timeout, I believe, on Wilson. No, Cougars, my bad. Check that. Wilson Dragons will be at 30. Otis-Bison Cougars 16 in the third quarter.
The Dragons will be throwing the ball back in.
About 3 minutes and 22 seconds left on the clock.
Number 23, Hallie Thielen will be throwing the ball in to Anna Thielen. Ball is thrown in. Anna bring the ball back up the court with a little bit of a walking speed. She's going to throw over to Serenity. Serenity is going to bring it over to number 22, Tyra. Tyra's going to throw over to Abby, but it flies over her head and out of bounds.
Ball is thrown into the court. Over to Abigail. Now over to Zoe Schwinn at the far corner. She dribbles it into the low post. Back out to Destiny Mitchell at the far wing. She puts it up for three, and it's good. Wilson Dragons now with the ball.
Hallie throwing the ball over to Serenity, bringing it back up the court. She's going to throw it over to Tyra. Tyra's going up and bringing it over to Abby, but it looks like it is stolen.
Stolen by Destiny Mitchell. She does a layup, puts it up for two, and it's good.
Hallie going to throw the ball back in over to Serenity, bringing it back up the court. Serenity going up to the top of the key. She's going to throw it over to number 1, Anna. Anna going in, but she's going to throw it over to Abby. Back over to number 4, or over to Tyra. Back over to Serenity. Back to Abby once again at the close wing. She's going in for three, and it's good for three.
Cougars now with the ball. Abigail now has it. Over to Destiny Mitchell at the far court. Now over to Zoe at the low post. She passes it into Haley Morrison. She little struggle for the ball. Abigail ends up with it. Now over to Destiny Mitchell at the top of the key. Over to Zoe Schwent once again at the far wing. Back up to Destiny. Out to Abigail at the mid-court line. Now over to Zoe Schwint at the close wing. Over to Jesse Mitchell at the top of the key. She puts it up for three. Bounces off the front of the rim and no good.
Tyra Meyer with the rebound. She's going to hand it off to Anna Thielen, bringing it back up the court. She's going to find herself near the far wing, but she's going to hand it over to number 4, Abby, going up for three. It is no good.
Cougars get the rebound. Number 24 has it, Abigail. Dribbling it down the center of the court. Now over to Zoe Schwinn at the far corner. Over to Destiny Mitchell at the top of the key. Back over to Zoe. She dribbles it into the low post. Out to Macy Wiltsey at the high post. She puts it up for two, no good. Struggle for the ball. Jump ball is called. Cougars will get the ball at the baseline. Passing it out to Destiny Mitchell at the close wing. Now over to Abigail at the close corner. Over to Destiny once again at the top of the key. Over to Abigail at the close corner. Out and over to Haley at the far wing. Now over to Macy. Back over to Haley at the far wing. Over to Destiny Mitchell at the top of the key. Over to Zoe. Struggle for the ball. White 14 will have a push called on her. About 42 seconds left in the third quarter. Cougars will have the ball at the baseline. They pass it out to Destiny Mitchell at the top of the key. Now over to Macy Wiltsey at the close wing. Dribbling up to the top of the key. Now over to Haley Morrison at the far wing. Over to number 24. Back over to Macy. Now over to Haley at the close corner. Over to Macy at the high post. She puts it up for two. No good. Wilson with the rebound.
Serenity with the ball now, bringing it back up the court with some speed. Going to throw it over to Abby. Back up. Ball stolen.
Destiny Mitchell gets the steal. Back over to Wilson once again.
Serenity putting the ball up for two, and it's no good.
Destiny now back with the ball. Tucking it clear down the court, down to Macy Wiltsey. She puts it up for two. Bounces around the rim a little bit, and it's in. And that'll be the end of the third quarter. Wilson Dragons will be at 33. Otis-Bison Cougars 23. Winter in Kansas is filled with many challenges, from icy winds to gentle snow. It is a time to enjoy the excellence of interscholastic activities. Thousands of Kansas high schools and students need your support and encouragement. The Kansas State High School Activities Association and its member schools provide thrills and suspense for a lifetime of memories. See other parts of education come to life throughout interscholastic activities. A public service message from your Kansas State High School Activities Association and your Otis-Bison Cougar broadcast.
The Wilson Dragons with the ball now. The ball is thrown up a few times, and it is no good, but it looks like there's a struggle for the ball now.
Jump ball is called, and Otis-Bison will get the ball. Abigail will have the ball at the baseline. They chuck it into Macy Wiltsey. Now over to Abigail once again, drilling it down the center of the court. Over to Macy Wiltsey at the close wing. Over to Jesse Mitchell. And a misconception, and Wilson Dragons will get the ball. They do a layup, and it's good. Otis-Bison Cougars now with the ball once again. Now over to Abigail. Struggle for the ball. And a jump ball again. Wilson Dragons now with the ball.
Number 23, Hallie Thyland will be throwing the ball back in. Over to number 13, Serenity Steineck, bringing the ball back up the court. With a nice slow jog, she's going to find herself near the top of the key. Serenity is going to bring the ball over to Anna. Anna at the close wing, going to the high post, throwing the ball over to Skylar. Back over to Serenity. Serenity puts it up for three, and it's good.
Here's now the ball. Destiny Mitchell has it, dribbling it down the center of the court. She goes up to the high post, over to Haley at the low post. She tries to put it up for two, no good. Whistle's blowing. White 22. Black. Haley now up at the free throw line, putting up her first free throw. And it's in. And Haley now dribbling the ball, puts up her second free throw, bounces off the back of the rim, no good. Wilson Dragons now with the ball.
Tyra with rebound, throwing it over to Anna, bringing it back up the court with some speed. She's going to the high post. She's going to pass it over to Hallie, throwing it over to Skylar, putting it up for three. It is no good, but there's a call on the court.
Cougars now bringing the ball back down the court. Abigail has it at the top of the key. Over to Haley Morrison at the far wing. Over to Macy Wiltsey at the close wing. Back over to Haley. Now over to Abigail once again at the close wing. She puts it up for three, and it's in. Wilson Dragons now with the ball.
Hallie throwing the ball over to Anna, bringing it back down the court. She's going to throw over to Abby. Back over to Anna, going to the low post, but she's going to throw over to number 13, number 21. Skylar put it up for two, and it's good.
Cougars now with the ball once again. Abigail has it. Dribbling it down the far side of the court. Now over to Destiny at the midcourt line. Over to Macy at the three. She puts it up for three, no good. Cougars get the rebound. Abigail has it at the far wing. She puts it up for three, and it's good.
Hallie throwing the ball over to Anna, bringing it back up the court. She's going to walk it back over to the Dragons side. Ball's thrown over to Serenity. Serenity bringing it in to number 21, Skylar. Back over to Abby at the close wing. Abby's going to throw over to number 1, Anna, at the top of the key. Back over to Abby near the far wing. Looks like she was caught traveling.
Cougars now with the ball at the sideline. Destiny Mitchell has it, passing it back to Abigail. Dribbling down the center of the court. Now over to Destiny Mitchell at the close corner. Over to Abigail at the close wing. Now over to Haley Morrison at the low post. She puts it up for two, and it's good.
Ball's thrown in over to Anna, but looks like the Wilson Dragon coach calls for a timeout. Full timeout, that is. So Preston, how do you think the game is going?
Pretty intense game. Cougars are struggling a little bit. They don't really have any subs.
Well, yeah, that is true. But both teams seem to be doing really good. Both are doing really. They're really close in the score. 40 Dragons and 32 Cougars. 30 seconds remaining until we get back to the fourth quarter. Your cheerleaders are Emily George, Bailey Filer, Nevaeh McVeigh, and Ava Kenyon. The Dragons will be getting the ball. The Dragons still have the ball. Number 23, Hallie Thyland throwing the ball in to number 13, Serenity Steinek, bringing the ball back up the court over to the Dragon side. Serenity gonna try to find her options, but she's gonna now throw over to number 1, Anna, but it looks like the ball is ripped from her hands.
Rodriguez. Sorry, my mic was muted. Macy Wiltsey now has it at the close wing. Over to Haley Morrison at the far wing. Over to Destiny Mitchell at the low post. She puts it up for 2, no good. Whistle's blowing. Number 2 will have a foul called on her.
Number 13, Serenity Steinek, bringing the ball back up the court. She's going to bring it over to the close wing. Now going to throw it over to number 1, Anna. Anna going in, but looks like she was caught traveling.
Here's now get the ball at the baseline. Abigail Rodriguez throws it into Destiny Mitchell. Back over to Abigail. Now back over to Destiny Mitchell at the close wing. She goes down to the corner. Over to Haley Morrison at the low post. Back out to Abigail at the far wing. She puts it up for 3, no good. Mason Wilson gets the rebound. She puts it up for 2, no good. Whistle's blowing. White 21. Hit. Mason Wilson puts up her first free throw, and it's good. Little malfunction on the scoreboard. Macy puts up her second free throw. Bounces off the back of the rim, no good. Cougars get the rebound. Number 2 has it, puts it up for 2, no good. Cougars get the rebound once again. Abigail now has it. Over to Haley Morrison at the far wing. Now over to Destiny Mitchell at the top of the key. Back over to Haley. Over to Destiny Mitchell. Back up to Abigail at the mid-court line. Over to Haley Morrison at the far wing. Back over to Abigail. Over to Destiny Mitchell at the low post. She puts it up for 2. No good. And Wilson Dragons get the rebound. Whistle's blowing on the Cougars. Blue, number 2.
Number 23, Hallie will be throwing the ball in to number 13, Serenity Steinek, bringing the ball back up the court with a nice slow jog. She's going to hand off to Anna near the far wing. Anna going up. She's going to throw over to number 21, Skylar. Throwing back over
to Haley, gets the ball. She dribbles it down the close side of the court. Now over to Abigail at the far wing. Back over to Haley. Over to Destiny Mitchell at the close corner. Over to Abigail once again at the far wing. Over to Haley at the close wing. She dribbles it down to the low post. Tries to pass it off to Macy Wiltsey. Struggle for the ball. Cougars still have it. Back out to Abigail at the top of the key. She puts it up for 3. Bounces out the back of the rim. No good. Struggle for the ball once again. And Wilson Dragons get the ball.
Ball is stolen. Number 21, Skylar putting the ball up for 2, and it's good.
And Cougars will get the ball at the baseline. Destiny Mitchell has it. Passes it back into Abigail. She dribbles it down the center of the court. Passing the 2 minutes and 30 mark. Abigail has it at the far wing. Over to Destiny Mitchell at the midcourt line. Over to Abigail at the far wing. Over to Destiny Mitchell. Over to Macy Wiltsey. Back over to Abigail at the far wing. Tries to pass it back to Destiny Mitchell, but it slips from her finger and rolls out of the court. Wilson Dragons now with the ball at the 2-minute mark.
Number 23, Hallie throws the ball over to Serenity, bringing it back up the court. She's going to throw over to number 21, Skylar, but looks like it falls out of bounds against the Dragons.
Cougars passing the ball to Abigail Rodriguez. She drills it down the center of the court. Back over to Haley Morrison. She's at the midcourt line. Now over to Abigail at the close wing. Over to number 2 at the close corner. Over to Haley once again. Back over to Abigail. Little fumble of the ball, and it rolls out of the court. Wilson Dragons down with the ball. Minute 38 left in the match.
Hallie's going to throw the ball over to Serenity, bringing it back up the court. Going down the center, going up the center of it, going now to the close wing. She's going to make her way over to the close corner now, but she's going to throw over to Anna at the top of the key. Over to Tyra. Back over to Serenity, now also at the top of the key. Handing it back over to number 1, Anna. Anna going to throw it over to Serenity. Back to Anna once again, going up. And she's going to throw back over to Serenity, number 13. Ball's handed off to Tyra. Back over to Anna. Looks like there's a call on the court. Number 14, Macy Wellesley, was caught holding.
Minute 3 left in the match. Wilson Dragons at 40, Cougars 33.
The ball is still the Dragons. About a minute and 3 seconds remaining in the final quarter. Number 13, Serenity, will be throwing the ball back in over to Anna at the far corner. Anna's going to dribble it around, going to near the top of the key. She's going back over and handing it over to Serenity, but looks like there's a call. Number 14, Macy Wilson, was caught pushing.
48 seconds left in the match.
Number 23, Hallie, or not Hallie, Hallie is going to throw the ball over to number 1, Anna. Anna's going to bring it up over to Serenity at the top of the key. Serenity going in to the close corner. Hand it back. Looks like one of the Dragons trip.
We're going to take a quick break.
It looks like one of the girls from the Dragon team slid into the bleachers and hit one of her teammates.
Alrighty. Number 21 for the Wilson Dragons successfully gets back up and walks off the court. Hope for her for a well recovery. Now will give us back into the game. Wilson Dragons up for some free throws.
Number 4, Abby will have the opportunity for a point or two for the Dragons. Her shot is up, and it is no good due to a call from the refs.
She crosses the free throw line. Cougars now with the ball. About 30 seconds left in the game. Abigail dribbling the ball down the center of the court. Now over to Jessie Mitchell at the far wing. She puts it up for 3, no good. Struggle for the ball. Wilson Dragons get it. And a foul is called on the Cougars, giving the Dragons the ball.
Number first, Preston.
White 15 with a push.
Number 13, Serenity, will have the opportunity for a point or two for the Dragons. Her shot is up, and it is good for a Dragons point. Her second shot is up, and it is good for another Dragon point.
Abigail Rodriguez now dribbling the ball hastily down the court. Now over to Destiny Mitchell at the low post. Back out to number 2 at the top of the key. Now over to Abigail at the close wing. She puts it up for 3, and it's in. Good. 10 seconds left in the match. Whistle is blown. Timeout, Cougars. Score is currently 42 Wilson Dragons. Otis-Bison 36. Wilson Dragons will have the ball at the baseline with 10 seconds left in the match. Lining up with man-to-man coverage. Little scoreboard malfunction.
Number 22, Tyra Meyer, will be throwing the ball in. Over to number 13, Serenity, bringing it back up the court. Looks like the Cougars were blocking her, but looks like there's a call on the court.
About 6 seconds left in the match.
Number 24, Abigail Rodriguez, was by an intentional interference. Number 13, Serenity Sinek, will have the opportunity for a point or two for the Dragons.
Cougars get the ball. They truck it clear down the court. Destiny Mitchell has it. And it's blocked by number 4. And the buzzer goes off. And that's the end of the ball game. That'll place the Cougars at 36 and the Wilson Dragons at 42. Have a good and safe trip home, everybody, and good night.
The Kansas State High Schools Activities Association is a nonprofit organization supported by 760 member schools. CASA and its member schools promote, develop, and direct interscholastic activities to contribute to a well-rounded and meaningful educational experience. The positive values of competition and good sportsmanship for both participants and spectators are continually encouraged. A public service message from your Kansas State High School Activities Association and your Otis-Bison Cougars broadcast.